Dropped the puck with Alex Ovechkin at that game. They go on to win the Stanley Cup, and not only did they do that, they let me have the Stanley Cup for a day, and I took it everywhere around the Naval Academy to include in front of the entire brigade of midshipmen, and I did hold it over my head. Don't tell anybody.
All right, what does your game day look like personally?
You mean for this game coming up?
This one coming up.
Yeah, I'll be here early, and we'll socialize with a bunch of people. I'll get a chance to say hi to the commissioner of the NHL. Gary Bettman will be here. And then whatever else is out there, I'll probably maybe do a broadcast interview or two. I'll be down on the by the field in the ice arena. We're going to bring the NCAA football championship trophy out with some of the guys. So you're going to have a chance for a couple of fun surprises.
Boy, what a great time for you to show up here at Ohio State, both football and hockey-wise.
Life is pretty good.
Yeah. President Carter, thank you very much. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the experience. I'm sure you will.
Thank you. Thank you.
That is Ted Carter. He is the president of The Ohio State University, and you can hear how excited he is for this game tomorrow. Coming up next, we're going to talk women's hockey. Nadine Musral is the head coach of the Ohio State women's hockey team. They're always good. They're always winning championships, or they're right in the conversation for it, and this year is no exception. They're right there. Dylan Tyre is going to catch up with Nadine as we continue with this special edition of The Inside Edge, live from Ohio Stadium, where the Blue Jackets and Red Wings play tomorrow. This is 97.1 The Fan.
If you haven't thought about Buckeye football today, I'm sorry to tell you that you're dead. Our condolences. Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
We've lowered prices. You can save 15% or more on hundreds of items like Thomas Mini Bagels, Campbell's SpaghettiOs, and more. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Roll Up to Win is back at Tim Hortons. We're rolling out great prizes like a 2025 Ford Bronco, $500 daily jackpots, Xboxes, and more. You can earn rolls with your purchase of an eligible hot or cold beverage and favorite breakfast item. A whole new way to earn rolls this year. Visit your neighborhood Tim's and download the app for great food and more opportunities to roll up to win. No purchase necessary. Tim Hortons app required. See rules on app for details. Entered by 3/23/25. Sponsored by Tim Hortons.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Bobby Carpenter once sold workout equipment on QVC Canada. There's no joke here. That actually happened. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Hi, this is Bob Masheter from Dick Masheter Ford. Thank you to all of Central Ohio as we head towards 60 years of doing business in the Buckeye State. Dad opened up in 1967 simply trying to offer a better way to buy a car, and we've been working ever since to serve our neighbors. We have served you through wars, recessions, and even a Chinese virus. Here is to serving you and your kids and your grandkids for the next 60 years, except on Sundays when we're closed, because it's the right thing to do. Still 24/7 at MasheterFord.net. Thanks.
Go beyond your field of study and get a world-class education in leadership. As an Army officer, you'll work side by side with peers who support your growth, and you'll become a role model, mentor, and decision maker in any environment, at any scale. It's a challenging path, but along the way you'll sharpen your skills and show yourself and those around you exactly what you're capable of. Decide to lead at GoArmy.com/officer.
The Ohio State University Army ROTC. Buckeyes lead the way.
That's are us when dreams don't get in. That's are us.
us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
Baths are us. When dreams sunk in, baths are us.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best-in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And free fitness training to help you mix up your routine. Plus, most clubs are open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends February 28th. See Home Club for details.
Fire the cannon. This is a special edition of Inside Edge, live from Ohio Stadium.
Sponsored by Visit Central Florida.
Welcome back to this special edition of the Inside Edge, previewing the Stadium Series between the Blue Jackets and the Detroit Red Wings. 6 o'clock game tomorrow night outside. Bundle up. It's going to be a little bit chilly, but we like to call it hockey weather. Speaking of hockey, let's shift gears just a little bit right now and talk about the Ohio State women's hockey team. Nadine Muzerall, she is the head coach. She's awesome, too, by the way. She has worked with the Blue Jackets during development camp. She's around the players. She is in the know, and she's always near the top when it comes to NCAA women's hockey. Dylan Tyre had a chance to catch up with her.
All right, Muzz, so let me ask you, when you first heard that the National Hockey League would be putting on an outdoor game in Columbus on the campus of Ohio State, what were your thoughts?
I think that's pretty cool. I have a 10-year-old and a 9-year-old, and they both play hockey, and what an event that I can show them, where mom's not working for once, and that they can come and we can all as a family enjoy the festivities and see some of the best in the world play in a very unique and amazing atmosphere. I think that that's going to be a big promotion for young kids to pursue hockey or continue the love of the game that they're already involved in.
When you first came to Ohio State, did you ever think about the possibility of playing a hockey game inside there and what it might be like?
No, never. And it makes sense, though, when you think about it. I mean, it makes sense what a cool stadium our football stadium is. And to be quite honest, I didn't know if we could pull it off because of the weather. I didn't think that it was possible. So I give a lot of credit to our OSU and the NHL crew that are making this happen, because I don't think that's an easy task by any means. I've been seeing the progress. You know, my office is right across the street, and I just think, oh my God, what goes into it for one game? You know, I hope all the fans and the players are very appreciative because it looks crazy. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it truly is. I've been over there a couple of times, and let me tell you, I am very excited to see what it's going to be like. I think it kind of hit me for the first time yesterday. They were making hot dogs and burgers over there, and I got the football smell was in the air, and I was like, man, this is going to be awesome. So can't wait for it. It's definitely...
What's funny? Sorry about that.
Go ahead.
What's funny is you see these pros that play the game every day for years and years, and they turn into like little boys themselves when they get to play in an outdoor game, because even they themselves, as good as they are, revert to being a little kid and get this cool opportunity. I think everybody's very aware of the moment that they get to play in this.
Do you yourself have any experience playing outdoors?
Well, just growing up in Canada, but not in a venue like that. But just, I've coached in a couple outdoor games, obviously Wrigley and then Minnesota Day. You know, that was outside and miserably cold, but a cool event. But I personally haven't played in a setting like that other than, you know, when you're a kid playing outside.
Let's get into that, given that you guys had the experience of skating on that Winter Classic ice at Wrigley Field. What was the experience like for you?
Oh, I mean, it was just so amazing to be a part of such an environment in a traditional facility such as Wrigley Field. I mean, it was well done, well taken care of. We were in the Cubs locker room. I mean, you're in the Cubs locker room, who are multi-world champions. You're just like in awe. You're just completely in awe. It's hard to explain. So very grateful they handled that so professionally. And of course, beating Wisconsin in an outdoor game on national TV is always fun.
What was it like to be in a venue that's not a hockey rink? Like for your players and you on the bench, what did it look like? What did it feel like?
Well, like you say, the hot dog smells everywhere. So that always smells the same. But, I mean, like, just walking out of our hotel in Gaudreau jerseys and honoring their family and the Blue Jackets family. And then we wanted to walk there so we could take that all in and take in Little Wrigleyville there and walk across in much honor of wearing that. But then walking out and taking a picture by the rink and just seeing, like, it was a bright sunny day, and then you see, like, you could hear the train in the background, you can see cars. I mean, like, you're just at the city of Chicago playing outside, and it was just amazing. And then we had a game where we're outside, but then it was turning dark and the lights were coming on, so we got to see both. It was really, really surreal.
That was a beautiful moment for you guys and what you did, and walking over wearing the Johnny Gaudreau jerseys. And, you know, I bring that up because I'm curious, what do you think about the Blue Jackets this season? I know you're very busy with what you're doing at Ohio State in the women's program, but, you know, everything that this organization, this team has gone through, for them to be in a playoff race right now is pretty darn cool.
Very darn cool. And you know what? My son and my husband were at that game, and my husband came home. He goes, I think they're going to have a really good year this year. Just the way they played with such passion. And, you know, they playing with a lot of pride, and maybe they're playing, you know, for something bigger than themselves and something bigger than, you know, what the average player plays for, you know. And I think, you know, they've got new coaches, and I've gotten to know some of the staff members, and they are just first class all the way. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're in a playoff position, because the organization is handled very well.
I know you guys have a big series this weekend. You guys are focused on the postseason, but the NHL also has plans to recognize you guys as the national champions during that game on Saturday. What does that mean to you, for them to do that on a national stage in front of so many people?
Oh, I think the girls have earned that. You know, I think that that's pretty awesome for them. I think that the PWHL and the relationship with the NHL has grown immensely, and they've done a great job of being a good partnership with the women's side. And I think that it's, again, just growing a game, and to be a part of that and seeing it unfold, you know, and the pioneers of the women before that made it happen. I mean, it wasn't until 2000 that the NCAA got in and made women's hockey a Division I sport, a recognizable sport within the NCAA. And I think that it's come a long way in the last 25 years, and it's surely come a long way with Ohio State in hockey. And, you know, of course, we're honored in that, but at the same time, I think these girls have earned that recognition.
What do you think about the momentum of hockey right now? There's so many good things happening in the women's game. Obviously, the Four Nations face-off, I think, did a ton for hockey over the course of the last few weeks, and now you've got this huge game at Ohio Stadium. So how do you feel about the momentum of the sport right now?
Oh, I think it's great. I think that rivalry between U.S. and Canada, I mean, it goes so deep now, but I think that it's very good for the growth of the sport, and I think that it's really good in the women's side. Being with the P-Dub, and we have our Worlds coming up in April, and then, you know, the Olympics is next year, and it's just amazing to see the support and the recognition that the women are getting from the NHL. You know, I think a lot of men haven't really seen a women's game, and then now that it's so public and so well promoted that they're watching it, and they, I think, are a little surprised too of how good some of these young women are. Jen Gardner, one of our former players from last year, was in the shooting accuracy competition, and she won it against some NHL guys as well. And they said that she has the third fastest record of all times, both men and women. So I told her you're welcome, but proud of her and women in general being able to hang with the men and do some of the things that they can do. Get the fan base behind that is pretty cool.
All right, the last thing I have for you, you talked about being able to enjoy this weekend with your kids. If you had to pinpoint one thing that you're most excited about, what is it with NHL hockey coming to the Shoe? What are you most excited for?
That I get to watch it and not coach it. I think just honestly taking in all those senses. It's funny that when you talk about the hot dogs, like taking in all those senses of like you feel like you're at a ballpark with like peanuts and popcorn and hot dogs, but yet you're watching hockey outside. So you got a mixture of like football, baseball, and hockey all wrapped into one in the state of Ohio, where it's not really, recognized as much as you would see like Michigan and Minnesota. But that's all like 3 different sports wrapped up into one. I think it's going to be very badass, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Always great to catch up with Nadine Muzerall. She's so entertaining, right? She's got a lot to say. I was surprised. Like, she is fired up for this game at Ohio Stadium, and she just wants to take in the sights and sounds, enjoy it with her kids. It's funny to hear a coach kind of talk like that because they're so involved when it comes to their own team on the ice. But she's a hockey fan, and she talked about earlier on that her husband and son, I believe, were at the Blue Jackets' first game of the season this year, and he came back home and said, hey, I think they're going to be pretty good this season. Well, it turns out he was right.
Her husband or her son?
Her husband said that.
Okay. I thought that's a very intelligent kid right there.
Well,
but
he probably is, growing up in that family.
That's right. He has very smart parents. And you know what? Every time I hear her speak and talk about hockey, I wonder, when is she going to be on an NHL bench?
Mm-hmm.
That is not out of the realm of possibility. Not at all. I could see her on this one someday.
Oh, she's hard-nosed like that, too. I think she and Dean Evison would get along well. They might clash, actually, but...
Wow. She and John Tortorella got along great.
Exactly.
So I think you're right. She can get along with anybody. All right, coming up next, we're going to talk to a guy that has played more outdoor games in the National Hockey League than anybody else. And he is going to add to his list tomorrow when the Blue Jackets take on the Detroit Red Wings. Find out who it is after this, as this special edition of the Inside Edge presented by First Merchants Bank continues on 97.1 The Fan.
Wake up with the Fan. Eat lunch with the Fan. Go to bed with the Fan. Dream about the Fan. Then change your sheets. Gross.
Ew, you guys are gross, but stick around in case I don't find anyone else.
The Fan.
This is a Craver service announcement. Stop what you're doing and get 10 cheese sliders for a new low price of just $7.99. Your choice of melty American, spicy jalapeno, or cheddar cheese. Only $7.99 for 10 cheese sliders. White Castle. Follow your crave.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
You still thinking job change in the new year? Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy. IT? Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI. That's what I did. Really? How? Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up. Sweet. Are classes online or on campus? Both. Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students.
I'm Rick Reichert. Our customers drive from Springfield, Cincinnati, even Akron for Reichert Ford's President's Day Super Sale. The entire Reichert Ford team has been working double time to stock more vehicles and slash even more prices. And we're dealing. Lease new 2024 hybrid F-150s for just $599 a month for 36 months. Zero down. Or lease new 2024 Bronco Sport for just $399 a month for 36 months. Also, zero down. And every new Ford comes with Reichert Ford's exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty. So don't drive all over Ohio going to smaller dealers with fewer vehicles at higher prices. Reichert Ford's President's Day Super Sale is on now at the largest volume Ford dealer in Ohio at Route 33 and Hamilton Road, 2 minutes off 270, and at ReichertFord.com. Based on 2024 Ford report for total new retail sales. Cincinnati region. Leases on approved credit. No security deposit required. Ends 3/1. Come in now.
Get the right car at Reichert.
We're dealing.
Join our resident gambling degenerates Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas for On the Money Sunday morning at 9.
Presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
All the action, none of the responsibility. The Fan.
Let's talk interest rates. Not that kind of interest. I mean, interest in you. At First Merchants Bank, we are 100% interested in your success. Our bankers provide a level of attentiveness unlike any other. We're here to get to know you and to be a helpful partner in your financial success. Aren't you tired of your bank just saying they care about your business? Make the switch to First Merchants Bank and feel the difference of real, honest interest in you. First Merchants Bank. For a better banking experience, visit firstmerchants.com/switch, helping you prosper.
You know that project you've been working on? Just chipping away at it, dreaming of the day you get to show it off? Then, when you're least expecting it, cancer. And finishing that project actually happens. I would know. I've been restoring this car for years, and today I'm giving it to my granddaughter. It's her 16th birthday and 2 years since my cancer diagnosis.
Mom, you finished it?
Happy birthday, boo-boo. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans to learn more.
As the official security partner of the Columbus Blue Jackets, the local team here at Vector Security is committed to protecting homes and businesses throughout Central Ohio. We live here. Our families eat, shop, and go to school and church in our communities. So we have a vested interest in keeping the homes and businesses of our neighbors safe and secure. Visit vectorsecurity.com/CBJ for a free security assessment that will address your unique needs. That's vectorsecurity.com/CBJ.
Let's talk interest rates. Not that kind of interest. I mean, interest in you. At First Merchants Bank, we are 100% interested in your success. Our bankers provide a level of attentiveness unlike any other. We're here to get to know you and to be a helpful partner in your financial success. Aren't you tired of your bank just saying they care about your business? Make the switch to First Merchants Bank and feel the difference of real, honest interest in you. First Merchants Bank. For a better banking experience, visit firstmerchants.com/switch, helping you prosper.
We're getting ready for the biggest game of pond hockey in history. You're listening to a special edition of Inside Edge, live from the Horseshoe.
Sponsored by Visit Central Florida.
Welcome back to this special edition of the Inside Edge presented by First Merchants Bank. Ready to wrap things up tonight from here at Ohio Stadium, but we'll be back here early tomorrow getting ready for the game, even though the game doesn't face off until a little bit after 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Well, going into the last break, I told you that there is one player that has played in more outdoor games than anybody else in the National Hockey League. And tomorrow, he is going to add to his leading total. That player, James Van Riemsdyk. He has been in 7 of these things. And if you were wondering, hey, is James going to be in the lineup or a guy's going to come back? Is he going to get forced out? Oh, no. Last night, you saw what happened to him. He wound up getting promoted from the 4th line to the 2nd line, had 2 goals for the Blue Jackets against the Red Wings. He's going to be a big part of this thing tomorrow night. Dylan Tyre tells you all about James Van Riemsdyk and his adventures outside.
The NHL has hosted 42 outdoor games before tomorrow's clash between the Blue Jackets and Red Wings. Nobody has played in more of those games than Blue Jackets forward James Van Riemsdyk. Assuming he takes the ice tomorrow, Van Riemsdyk will have skated in an NHL record 8 outdoor hockey games. Van Riemsdyk acknowledges it's a unique accomplishment, but credits some good luck for making it possible. His previous 7 outdoor games were played as a member of major market franchises like Philadelphia and Toronto. That's afforded him the chance to skate in venues like Fenway Park, Citizens Bank Park, Michigan Stadium, Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium, Lincoln Financial Field, and even Lake Tahoe. So which are his favorites?
Atmosphere-wise, the big house was really cool. That was also when I found out I made the U.S. national team for the Olympics, U.S. Olympic team. So that was really special. Finding that out, so that was fun. Playing in the one in Fenway, the first one I played in, was cool. The one in Lake Tahoe was obviously way different than anything I've ever done before. It reminded me of playing outdoor at this local country club as a kid. But yeah, they're all kind of differently unique and special in their own way, and they all have their little kind of flair, local flair to it that makes it fun.
Each of Van Riemsdyk's 7 outdoor experiences have been unique, but he says there's a common theme that ties the best games together.
Well, obviously, one thing that you think about right away is they're definitely more memorable if you win, like that. And then, yeah, I think just the ability to share it. Usually, again, for me over the years, I've had a lot of different friends and family that have supported me over the years that will make the effort to come out to an event like this. So yeah, just kind of it's fun to share with them and have that sort of support through that.
Van Riemsdyk has played in 3 football stadiums, 2 baseball stadiums, a soccer pitch, and on a golf course. That means he's experienced his fair share of sightlines and vantage points, making him an expert on what sort of environment suits hockey best.
I think the football stadiums, the atmosphere and everything like that feels a little bit better. Some of the sightlines and stuff feel a little bit better in that. So I think the atmosphere-wise, just the way it sits and fits inside a football stadium makes for a little bit better atmosphere.
The sheer size of Ohio Stadium, plus the way fans are right on top of each other, has Van Riemsdyk excited. In fact, he thinks hockey in the shoe won't be much different than a Buckeyes game in the fall.
Just the pride that the Columbus and the university has for Ohio State football is pretty special, and it's going to be quite a show, and I'm sure, again, people are excited and proud to show off the city of Columbus a little bit, so it'll be cool.
It's easy to wonder what the NHL could possibly do to make its 43rd outdoor game stand out from the previous 42. The league's president of content and events, Steve Mayer, has repeatedly said what he has planned for tomorrow's game will leave fans saying, wow. Whatever they do will be great, but no matter what the NHL has in store, Van Riemsdyk says there's one thing already baked into this whole deal that makes this game better than the rest.
Well, it'll be really cool in the sense that it's later in the season, and it's going to have a lot of playoff implications for this game, too. So I think that adds another element that makes it a lot of fun. So yeah, I definitely think it'll be right up there with all those other ones.
Meaningful hockey in March in the shoe. It doesn't get much better than that.
Well, Dylan, that was a great job that you did there talking about James Van Riemsdyk. When I look at his contributions to this team, I think how wonderful it is that Don Waddell signed him when he needed an extra forward right before training camp started this year.
It's crazy to think that James Van Riemsdyk was unsigned and available when the Blue Jackets got him. You look at what he's done this season, and I'm right there on the same page as you. You talked about it during the broadcast last night after he scored those 2 goals, saying that this guy has been a healthy scratch this season. I think he's played on literally every line this season, every possible combination of line mates up and down the lineup. He's been out of the lineup, but he's remained that steady presence, just a consummate pro, and he's delivered for the Blue Jackets this year. He doesn't score from far out. All of his goals are right in front of the crease. A lot of them are tip-ins. I feel like I got to go and do the totals this year, but it feels like over half of his goals maybe have been tip-ins this season, but he is the king of the greasy goal. He looks like he's the king of the greasy goal, missing a few teeth right now. That was unfortunate, but you can't say anything more, I think, about James Van Riemsdyk because he's been perfect for the Blue Jackets this season. Everything that they've needed from him, they've gotten. Plus, he's a great presence in that dressing room. I think a lot of the young players have gravitated towards him, and nobody really has as much outdoor experience as James Van Riemsdyk, so a great presence there, too.
Yeah, no doubt about that. As he told me last night in the dressing room after the game, he knew coming in he was going to have to be a Swiss Army knife. He was going to have to play a lot of different roles. And, knowing is half the battle, and especially as a veteran guy, because he's been through it all. So it's not a surprise. If you're a young guy and all of a sudden you're bouncing around, you're in this role, maybe you don't know how to deal with it. James very much knows how to deal with it, and he has been such a big part of this team and such a great addition, as we said, by Don Waddell. Okay, tomorrow, give me the schedule because this game gets underway a little bit after 6 o'clock, but it's going to be an all-day affair here.
Yes, it is. Just like a football game, you can get there early. The parking lot's open at 8 o'clock. The fan festival starts at 12, so that gives you 4 hours to have your own fun if you get there right at 8 when
Don't
the
have too much fun or you'll never see the 12 o'clock.
Doors open for the pep rally at St. John Arena at 1:30, similar to an Ohio State Skull session, getting you set for all the action. The Ohio State Athletic Band will perform starting at 2:30. OAR hits the stage at
3:15. The Blue Jackets then will be there. They walk from St. John Arena to Ohio Stadium at 3:20. Then at 4 o'clock, the Ohio Stadium doors open. Tons of fanfare leading up to puck drop. That's at 6 o'clock.
I've never been to a skull session. I'm going tomorrow to that pep rally.
All right. You have lots of fun. I've never been to a school session
really?
either. No.
So I thought you chastised me. I mean, you went to school there. I thought maybe somewhere along the line, you were doing that, have your own fun before the game, so you missed that.
No, I was broadcasting all the football games on student radio, so I was getting ready, doing all my research. I couldn't go to the school sessions because I was doing the job, man.
Well, the good thing about this series that we're playing tomorrow is it started last night, so a lot of that prep's already done. I'll have time to go to that skull session, or the pep rally tomorrow.
Yes, you're right about that. All of the work is done. Now we get to have tons of fun.
We have been looking forward to this day for over a year. It's here tomorrow. The Blue Jackets and the Red Wings drop the puck at Ohio Stadium. Dylan, thank you very much. Job well done. Talk to you tomorrow from on the field right next to the glass.
Can't wait for it. Thanks, Bob.
5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, by the way, our pregame show.
Yep, 5 o'clock.
All right, 5 o'clock right here on 97.1 The Fan. Thanks to everyone who joined us tonight as we get you ready for the Stadium Series tomorrow night here on the banks of the Olentangy at Ohio Stadium. That'll do it for this special edition of the Inside Edge presented by First Merchants Bank. For Dylan Tyre, I'm Bob McElligott. So long, and thanks for listening to 97.1 The Fan.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything's possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Hey, it's Anthony, and I've got a fitting personalized for you. From the moment you walk in the Good Feet store, they're going to take the time to understand your unique lifestyle, your daily routines, and most importantly, the pain that brought you in to see them in the first place. If your feet ache after a long day or that discomfort starts radiating through your knees, your hips, your back, I've been there. The Good Feet store is going to help you where you need relief and find the arch supports that work best for you. And they're working for me. I walked all over the place in New Orleans covering the big game. I was loving it. I literally was walking for miles around the French Quarter, Canal Street, everywhere because I had my personally fit arch supports in my shoes. For more than 30 years, the Good Feet store has helped thousands of people get back to feeling comfort on a daily basis. I want you to be one of them. Go in, take the free test walk. They're immediately available. Good Feet products are proudly made in the USA on Polaris Parkway and on Stringtown Road in Grove City or goodfeet.com.
It's our President's Day sales event all month long.
This event is big. You choose your rate. 0%, 1.9%, 2.9%, and up to a full 60 months on so many new Lindsay Hondas. And no trade-in required. This deal works with zero down. 2025 CRVs and Ridgelines. Both only $299 a month. That's $299 a month. Visit LindsayHonda.com because this February is the time to
keep more presidents in your wallet with Lindsay Honda. See LindsayHonda.com for details.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Guys, listen up. How many of you out there have been diagnosed with sleep apnea? Maybe your partner can't tolerate your snoring every night. You can't stand your CPAP machine. I totally get it. But the good news is there are alternatives to the CPAP machine. And Dr. Mark Levy is here to change your sleep and your life. Trust me, your spouse will thank you later. Dr. Mark Levy can customize an oral appliance that opens your airways, helps you breathe better, and of course, stops your snoring. That's the main point. It's quick and comfortable and an alternative to those bulky, loud CPAP machines you always hear about. For over 15 years, Dr. Mark Levy has led the way when it comes to treating snoring and sleep apnea, and now he's expanding his practice to better serve his patients with a brand new location in Marysville. I love Marysville. If you're snoring and not sleeping, you need to call Dr. Mark Levy's office today. Do not delay. Schedule your appointment today with Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. You can also visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. And now, Sleep Better